Somebody stop blaming me for Billy Baker leaving. No. I have nothing to do with that.
What's up? Hey, Mom. What's up? Hey, Mom. What's up? Hey, Mom. What's up? Hey, Mom. What's up?
Hello, welcome to Moms Actually. I'm Blair, this is Morgan, and this is our special guest, Apryl Jones.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. I'm feeling really good. It's always nice to be with you guys.
I know. I'm excited to have you here. Look, so we do something called It's Giving Motherhood. It's a little icebreaker just to get everybody like warmed up, real light. And so this is what I'm gonna do. It's like a rapid fire. So if you have been with us before, we had the paddles and we did all these, the twists and turns. But this time we're just gonna do it a little bit different. So we're switching it up on you. But I'm gonna say a word, and whatever word comes or phrase comes to you first is what you said.
And the first answer is the right answer.
First answer is the right answer.
Always.
Okay. Always. Okay.
Okay.
All right, ready? Self-care.
Mommies.
Okay.
Dating apps.
Raya.
Girls' night out.
Oh, girls' night out? The club?
Okay.
I don't know.
Reality TV.
Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
Play dates.
Like, my kids.
Okay.
The best man.
Taye Diggs.
Single parent.
Me.
Okay. All right. That was good. Okay, so we jumped right into that. In this episode, we're really wanting to talk about the single mother life. And we've done a couple episodes about it before, but we really want to dive in, and we love getting other perspectives as well, because everybody does things differently. They have different feelings about the way motherhood goes when you're single. Yes. I personally have been a single mother before, and I always resonate with other moms and just love to hear their stories. Now, I have a question for you because I think it was season 1,
Hey, Mark.
we had it was a big old debate.
An online debate.
It was an online debate about
hundreds of thousands of comments.
Yes.
Really? Okay.
About the word or the term single mother. Okay. And what does it actually mean to you? Like, what is it?
What's saying Tamar's not a single mother.
Like, they're saying there's a difference between a single mom and a single parent, which still doesn't make any sense.
Like, even single.
I don't know. I think for me, when you say single mom, it really is, because I'm so literal. You're single,
right?
And you're a mother.
Exactly.
So but I also, for me, because I do things when I have my kids, me and their dad go every other week. When I have my kids, I take care of my kids. I am a single parent.
Yeah. Yes.
Just the way he will be a single parent. We're not in a relationship. Right. Exactly. But then I also think what if I was getting financial help and all that? Would it still, in turn, make me a single parent? Because I would be receiving, but I don't. So for me, I categorize myself as a single parent. Yeah. But now, because I'm in such a healthy relationship, I have help. So I am a single parent because these are my kids, but I have a partner who loves all my children and supports me. So I don't feel as single as I used to be.
Okay.
But I still am a single parent until,
Because I take it literally too. It's like, I'm not married or dating, so I'm single.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're not married, you're single?
Yeah. Right. I just don't think that it should have anything. A lot of people in the comments were definitely, and you kind of spoke to it too, they were talking about the financial part of it. Like, oh, if you get help, or if you have nannies, or whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter, and we talk about this all the time. Even when you have help, that kid will come right past the nanny, the help,
babysitter,
the grandma,
yes,
whoever it is, to come to you. And like you said, even if it's you have a great co-parenting relationship, that week that child is in your possession.
Exactly.
It's your responsibility, and it also doesn't take away from how you feel.
Right.
Like, you still have the single I think I know for me, there was a point when I was a single mom, I was like, okay, I almost felt like a failure a little bit, but I knew that it was healthy. Yeah. Like, the decision was healthy, but you have to heal from that. Yeah. Like, you have that moment of I'm alone for a second, and then when you start dating.
But even when you're in a relationship as women, I still feel like you still feel alone. Like, I've heard so many women say this, and not to talk down on men, it's just that like you said, the kids always run to mommy. Like it is our responsibility.
Literally
And
has to
no
guide.
matter what, it really does take a village. They don't say that for anything. So yeah, man.
When you guys
Kudos
were-
to the single moms out there doing your thing.
No, when you guys were talking, I'm married and my husband's there, but I was like, well, if it's you do most of the stuff, I was like, am I a single parent? Even though, because
you feel that way.
that's why I was like, what's the technicalities of it?
Yeah.
Because again, they can be literally right next to him and ask me permission or ask for things, and I'm just like,
Yeah. My husband travels, and so there are times I'm like, I'm living the single mom life this week. And I say that because it feels that way, like you don't have help or whatever. But I think it's good that we can like define it and people understand that we still have that feeling. Like it doesn't matter. Valid. Yeah, and it's valid. It's not, it should be a debate. It's how you feel personally. I would say one of the things that I love is watching you. I've been following you for a long time, like literally since Love and Hip Hop days.
not a stalker at all.
Not a stalker. But I love seeing your transition. I love seeing how you have moved from like one space of life to a totally different like place. And I would love to hear more about that journey. Like, what did that look like for you?
As far as motherhood or just
In life, you look
just
like
life.
before, like if I saw you on the reality, together, beautiful, what have you. But now it's like we see you joking around, dancing, and not to say you weren't that.
Well, when I did Love and Hip Hop, I feel like people saw that, and I was really quiet. I was not myself on that show at all. A lot was being controlled in the background. And so I always walked onto that set feeling a bit like, okay, like, should I say?
Yeah.
And, I feel like now I'm in a healthier, just everything. Like a healthier relationship. I'm not going through postpartum. You know what I mean? Like I was going through that with my, my daughter.
That's right, because you were literally having
back to
babies
back.
during that time. Okay.
And just going through a lot, just like in the relationship that I was in, being a mom, not feeling supported. I live in LA, but my family's in Chicago. So I was like by myself doing all this, going through a breakup, and then having to try to figure out my life then, how I was gonna provide and get back. It was just a lot going on, and I feel like now I can fully be myself and fully sit in what God has prepared me for, because I've gone through that storm, and now I've crossed over to the other side. Like I can give my kids what I need to give them because I myself have done the healing work.
Yes.
And I just everything is just in the healthiest spot. So now I can laugh, and now I can give that to the people.
Yes, you can tell you're so light.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, so like the process of getting to the other side, because I think there's a lot of people either stuck in relationships or on the process of leaving a relationship, but with kids, like how do you get the comfort and the freedom to even get to the steps that you need to even heal? Because it can be scary. You want to stay for the kids, or you want to stay because you know this relationship and will I ever find love again? Like maybe this is better than nothing. Like
I don't know. I just feel like to each is their own. For me, I know that like I had to kind of just sit in it, and then I realized like, okay, I'm just a very independent person. Like I became an at-home mother, and then when I realized, oh God, this relationship is failing. Okay, now let me go back to work. So I like went back to work and was like, no, you're gonna do what you need to do for your kids. That was my mindset. But then also while doing that, I also was doing therapy and trying to feed my soul with like, positivity at that time, because I felt like I was just in such a negative space. And just trying to stay busy, just trying to put myself into work and doing self-care things. And although it was really hard, because you just feel so depressed.
So
you have to kind of just force yourself and just be your own cheerleader. But I do have a great support system of friends, and they kind of were there, like helping me through, whether that be come over and bring a bottle of wine, and we have some wine, like whatever, and have my therapeutic talks with my girlfriends. You know what I mean? That's what we did. So, I don't know. Everybody's journey is kind of different. I don't like to tell people how they should, because I don't have the answers to that. I don't even know. Some days I look back and be like, God, how?
I think that's a good point, though, because there's so many times where when we're in it, like we're in that storm, it literally feels like we're not getting out. Like it feels dark. It feels really intense, and it's like how to see on that other side. You don't. It's very blurry. It's very intense, and so I think there comes a moment where you kind of almost like make a decision, but then sometimes it's just like gradual, like you said, like it's literally like, no, I'm gonna just every day put one foot in front of the other, and I'm gonna gradually see my way out. And I think that can be helpful to someone. If they do feel that way, they're like, okay, I don't see the other side, just put one foot in front of the other.
Well,
Like that
before
matters.
COVID too, so I had my April wines, and we named it after my daughter, which was my daughter's name is Ame La Vie, so we called it Beautiful Life because my daughter's name means beautiful. And at that time, I was going through postpartum. At the time, I just had my daughter, but I was giving back, doing my wine events because I was like, well, I could sell this product, right? But like, I wanted to help other women who were feeling the way that I was. So I remember that moment in time. That helped me, whether or not like. For so many women that I was doing this for, they were like, oh my God, we would cry, we prayed, we did all that. But it was, they don't realize that they were kind of saving me too. So that was another part of my healing journey that like really put me into a position to like just feel better, you know what I mean? And feel not alone, because it was so many other women who were in my shoes and worse. So I was like, well, who am I?
Yes.
To like,
That does help
It
when
does.
you see other women and you're like, okay, wait. It's not just me. Like this
Or
is
it could be this, like if she's somehow
going through
getting
something worse.
But you brought up postpartum a couple of times, and postpartum looks different for everybody too. Like I had postpartum anxiety, something I didn't even know existed till I had it. Like what did postpartum look like for you? Yeah.
Honestly, so I didn't know that I had postpartum either. I just remember I woke up one morning and I just like sat on the edge of the bed and I was just like, and then tears were coming down my face, and I was like, what is happening? This is not right, because I had no clue as to what I was crying about.
You're like, I just got
I was
up.
just sitting there
I
like,
just woke up. What am I
I don't
crying
even know what, am I sad? Am I happy? I felt nothing. I felt like a bit numb. So I remember reaching out to my midwife and just being like, hey, so I woke up today and I'm just like crying. I don't know why I'm crying. Don't know what I'm feeling. And she was like, oh, okay. And she started asking me all these questions. And then she was like, yeah, I'm gonna come by and see you today. And then I remember she came by and then we got deeper into it. She was like, yeah, I feel like you're in postpartum. And I guess like you do feel numb. You do feel moments of that. You feel moments of like sadness, moments of depression. Then you have these high moments and then it goes back low. So yeah, it didn't, for me, how I got out of that, I didn't realize, because my mom and me were kind of in a bit of a tumultuous relationship, that I didn't realize that.
Like I remember.
I was like, I remember that.
And my mom, shout out to my mother, the greatest woman ever, my best friend. We are very, very, very close.
I love that.
But yeah, I didn't know that I needed to have a conversation with her about like her and being my mom, because you know I was raised with my grandma. So it was a lot that I needed to know. And when we sat down and talked, it took my postpartum away.
Wow.
Which is crazy. Yeah.
No, it's not crazy. It's just
It
you
isn't.
address
It's like that trauma, like it's real trauma and stuff that you know you go through, and
That's
it
crazy.
affects you in your.
Because motherhood is it like literally like triggers certain things.
Because it's a mirror, because you're literally, you have to think about so many things you didn't have to consider.
Right.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah, and I was scared to be a mom to a girl. I thought that I was having a boy, and I tested for that, and so I was like, oh,
You got the wrong.
girl, because I had my kids so back to back like you.
Oh, it still had
It still had the testosterone. I was like, no. Like my daughter, thank you, Lord, for giving me because she is.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted a boy, and I had a girl, and I'm so
special.
grateful.
You don't know that you need them until you
have them.
until you have them, and you're like, huh, okay, thank you, Lord. Yeah. Okay, so now that you have gotten into that, you know, we've talked about the self-work and really like getting through that moment. At some point, you're like, I'm ready to start dating again. How did that go? Like, what was the process? Did you have a process? Did you have non-negotiable? Like, did you
How did you
think
get
it
into this
through?
healthy dating phase of your life?
No, I'm very open. I kind of am like, I knew after that breakup with the father of my kids that I was like, I need some time. I knew I needed time. Yeah, I can have my fun, whatever.
Yeah.
But I knew I was very open with people. If I have fun, don't like me. I don't want to. Please,
Do not like me.
Don't like
Right.
tell me. And no one
Because
ever believed you, because you were probably no one believed the girl
Yeah, but
when
I
she
was
says
like, I
that.
don't want to. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't like me.
Yeah.
But for me, I've always been open. So like whatever I feel like comes my way, because I'm a feeler.
Yeah.
So whatever comes on, I'm like, okay, I'm willing to try it out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But this wasn't until about maybe a couple years ago, and then meeting the person that I'm with now, Taye. my God, like we did a podcast recently, but we met on Instagram. He reached out to me and I was like saying, yeah.
The deal.
And he's not an Instagram person.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't, but he just thought I was funny. And I just,
When a man likes him, he whatever he needs to be.
well, he didn't even, he will tell you, he's like, I never even thought that you would even give me the time of day type of thing. So he just wrote, you're funny. And I was like, I'm funny? Like, you're funny, you know? But that's how it kind of kicked off. And then we met months later after we had been communicating, and we just hung out, and it's been inseparable from there. But
Are you the reason he left All American?
no, everybody stop blaming me for Billy Baker. No. I have nothing to do with that. No. But no, I really don't, because these people really believe I do. But no, like he's just ready to transition and just be in a different space. He was on that show for 5 years. Yeah, a long time.
But both of you, because I think people are, and maybe it's because he's more on social media, but it's like both of you just seem so light and happy, and I think opposite of what people would have assumed about you prior.
Yeah, no, he feeds into the things that I need in my life, and I'm giving him those things that have been missing too. So we just work well together.
I think too, like what I hear sometimes single mothers, they ask questions like, how did you know you were ready to date? Or how did you know this was the guy to actually like start, pursuing or bringing around your kids, like all of those things.
I know. Okay, so I have to go back. Sometimes I be forgetting, girl. It's the mommy brain still.
Yeah.
So when we met, he was intentional. He was intentional with me. And so that's how I knew. I was like, I like him because he was like, what's your 5-year plan? So where do you see yourself going? Where, he was asking things that were going to put him into a position to be like, I either want to be with her or not. It was not any kind of basic questions. I was like, yes.
It's not just your kid.
You're like, you're here.
What are your goals? Where do you see yourself? And so that to me was like, I've never had a man do that. You know what I'm saying?
Like a man.
I feel that, yes.
Yeah, and then after that, like meeting my kids later on, he was so good with them and being like, let me help you, let me take a load off your back, let me do homework with them, it's like, I never had that with a partner before. It was always me giving. And for the first time now in my relationship, why I'm saying it's so healthy is because I'm not just giving.
Teamwork.
He's helping me too. Like we both, it's a give and freaking take.
Yeah. Yes.
And so it just takes a load off my shoulders completely. Yeah.
The public part. You wanted to let everybody else's opinions into your relationship.
Was that even a conversation?
I don't know. I don't think we care, because he was the one that was like, let's do a TikTok. But I was like, are you sure? Because we hadn't even put out that we were even dating.
Right. Yeah.
So people just assumed obviously we were, because we put TikToks, and then we saw the love that we were getting from it and how it was making people happy. We just kept doing it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like yet we were boyfriend and girlfriend. We were really dating.
So you guys were still in the early stage.
We were still, we were.
Oh, wow. In his mind, I always say men know.
They be knowing.
Oh no, yeah, he knew.
He wasn't worried. He was like,
I knew too.
Like,
but I knew. But yeah, so I don't know. And then we never really, that was all we were kind of giving to everybody, was just these videos. Wasn't until we recently just did a podcast where we kind of talked about, hey, how we met and our relationship, but we've never talked about it. It's just been kind of like, we liked keeping that to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keeping a form of privacy.
So we made you boyfriend and girlfriend before you guys were like
Actually,
boyfriend.
pretty much the world did.
Basically.
You're like, thank you.
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, I guess. Are we boyfriend and girlfriend today, huh?
What are we?
Right.
Like they all said.
They all said it, so
I guess we
are.
Put in the pressures. Put the pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I love that. What would you say to a mom who is in that space right now, who really does want to get out there? They want to date. Maybe there's even somebody that they're like entertaining, but they're like scared. Because I do think we all have that moment of being scared, and we're like, okay, can I do this? Do I want to do this? And we're also scared of being hurt again. Yeah. And we don't want to bring our children through that. So is like any advice you would have for that as well?
For me, I always tell my girlfriends, I'm like, you'll never know. So are we going to just sit in fear? We'll never know. It doesn't matter who you meet or if you go on a date, you have to just take that risk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it hurts when you go through terrible breakups.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, sometimes if you don't give yourself that opportunity, you're selling your own self short.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you could really be finding someone who really is good for you. So I'm like, I don't care what happened here. Yeah. You're not going to hinder me from trying. And if you hurt me too, that's not on me. That's on you.
Yeah.
You've lost it. So I always try to walk in with that mind frame. You've lost the best thing you've ever had. Let's keep on pushing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I'm never going to be like, I always tell moms, go for it. You know what I mean? Just don't move in fear. Like, fear is never going to get you anywhere. Like,
Not sitting in fear.
Yeah.
I love that. Because you're missing out.
But how do you handle that with the children, though? Like, do you just talk to them?
oh yeah, they're not meeting my kids until I'm absolutely sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't play around with that. Like, and I'll ask my kids. I'm very vocal with them. So I'll be like, hey, like, he did that. Taye did that with his son. I did that with my kids. Hey, dating someone, let me know when you're ready to meet this person. So we did that. It took a year.
I love that.
So, you know what I mean?
Even giving them the, like, you let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not stopping. You're like, you're still dating, but it's like, okay, I don't, it doesn't need to come around you.
Yeah, and then it felt good to be like, having my kids say, well, hey, mommy, like.
I'm ready. I want to meet this guy. That's so cute.
Yeah, and they love.
Like they're having fun.
Yeah.
They
It's
love
amazing.
him, so.
That's great.
Yeah.
What would you say to your younger self?
You are the bomb. Like, you are wonderful, and you are everything and more. And yeah, maybe it took you a little longer to realize that over the course of some years, but like where I'm sitting now, oh my God, like I've always known, but sometimes life can really get a hold of you.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, no, I'm amazing. I'm an awesome human being, and I mean well. And yeah, like, continue to just be you and make the mistakes, and don't be hard on yourself, and live this life, because literally, like, we don't know, we're all here, but it's like,
This is it.
right, and don't let nobody make you feel bad for how you choose to move in life. Life is ever changing and ever growing, so I would just say, you know, continue to be you and continue to sit in who you are and love it.
What's the thing you're most proud of right now?
Just me overcoming things and being the best mom to my children, and seeing where they are now. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell what kind of parent you really are when you look at your children. And for me, my kids are so well behaved, so loving. I mean, I have the most, they'll come in here and want to hug everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I have lovable babies. And to me, that goes a long way. And I feel like even when I was going through what I was going through, to be able to look at my kids and be like, oh my God, because there were some days I go off. So to be like, wow, like, even after that, y'all still are these, I feel good. I feel proud. And
I apologize to my kids a lot, because they're the things that go off.
You have to.
And my daughter will be like, it's okay. And I always tell her, don't say it's okay, because it's not okay. Like, you can forgive me, but it's not okay for anybody to like yell at you or treat you like that. And
but you have your moments. You be
we
tired.
do.
Yes.
But then I get so paranoid. I'm like, what if they start dating a guy that like yells at them and apologizes and yells at them? I get so like,
I mean, we're like
everything.
overthinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard, but I still, you know, it is what it is.
It is
You
what
can
it is.
only
I
do
think
so
it's
much.
about explaining.
Yeah.
They know,
I do
though.
explain. I think they know.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
know.
I'm like, sometimes, you know, mommy's having a rough day.
Yeah. I didn't get a lot of explaining when I grew up. I think that's why I made
That too.
terrible,
Same,
terrible decisions.
Yeah.
Yes, because you need that.
Yeah.
I just need to be nice to people and then walk all over my back and then come back.
Oh, man.
And then you be
do
like,
it over
okay.
again.
Yes, and I'm like, it's okay. I know what trauma you're going through, so it's okay that you did this to me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's not.
Do you feel like sometimes you put that on, like, because you feel that way about your own, like, childhood and personality, you put that on your kids sometimes?
Yes, my goal is for my kids not to be better than me, not me, not me, but like to be better than me. I'm like, all the lessons that I didn't get taught because of how my parents were growing up, like, I didn't really get a lot of like information. We didn't have like a familial friendship. Or, like, I didn't really get like talked to about a lot of things. So most things I figured out myself, like about dating, all that kind of stuff. So it's like, I talked to my kids about everything. My daughter asked how babies were made, and I told her exactly how babies were made. And she's 5. But I just want her to know she can talk to me about anything. There's never going to be a thing where I can't talk to her, or I'm going to be judged, or, you know, this is too weird. So
You have to have that open dialogue, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're going to figure it out anyway, and then you're going to be
They're
like,
going to learn it from someone.
oh, shoot, mommy lied to me.
She lied to me because she was trying to give nicknames and cute little things.
Like, no.
Now let's just tell her how it
you.
is.
They're going to learn it from someone, and I don't want, like, my friends told me all
All the wrong things. All your friends in school.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, is there anything you want to leave our guests with, or our audience who are watching? Do you want to like leave them with anything, or you have any
advice.
Yeah.
just live your life to the fullest and be happy and be around people that only are gonna bring that into your life. Don't feel the pressure of having to please people and be okay with saying no.
Yes, that was a complete sentence.
Yeah, being okay with saying no. And to all the moms out there, you're doing a great job. And it is difficult and it is very hard, but you will get through it. And I love you and I commend you.
Oh, I love that.
Do you have any projects coming out this summer? Are you working on anything?
So I do have a project coming out, I believe like around November. I was telling you guys this before. Me and Taye ended up shooting something together in Atlanta. So go watch it when it comes out, please.
Yes.
It'll be streaming on, I believe, Peacock and then some other stuff.
Did I get to watch it?
Yeah. And there are other things in the work, me writing a book, but I'm figuring that out now. I'm figuring that out. I don't want to say too much. But anyway, yes.
Figure it out.
But I'm constantly working and acting and all of that stuff. So, yeah.
I love the acting thing that you're like really getting it, because I feel like your personality is like for it.
Thank you. And I just want to say, I got into acting before Taye, so please
She's like,
don't say that.
She said, don't do me,
no,
okay?
Right, because I'm like, I've been acting, but I love it.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have a partner who helps me.
Yeah.
Oh, you could practice.
Yeah, it's difficult, but
I have a quick question because I know you went to school for radiology.
radiation science.
Okay, so you started there.
Yeah.
Like, I know you gave advice like self-love or what, but are you ever like just stunned where you are right now? Like in life,
Like stunned?
yeah, like you went, you were gonna work in a medical field and now you're like.
Well,
Totally
I'm always,
different.
see, this is the thing. I have an Asian mother.
Okay.
They're very strict. And so it was like, you gotta be better than me. You gotta do more than me. And I get that, and I love my mom for that. But I was like, girl. So I have this, I'm very nerdy on one side, but then the other side is very creative. So I was like, okay, well, I wanted to be a doctor to deliver babies, but I was like, this is too many years. I need to, this ain't gonna work. So I was like, let me go into radiation science. I could do sonograms, whatever. Did that, worked at Northwestern for 2 years and was like, bye.
Yeah.
I literally left
Yeah.
and moved to California and was like, I have to give myself a shot now to do what I want to do. Even though I literally came out with like maybe $1,500 in my pocket. I was in a girl group at the time, and then it didn't work, and then I just progressed forward.
A girl group.
Yeah, because I sing.
Oh, so you was singing,
Yeah.
singing.
You're not stalking the right way.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, so we were supposed to be signed to like Universal Republic at the time, and we just couldn't get along. So that ended up happening, and then I was like, I want to get. But yeah, I am, to answer your question, very shocked at where I'm at, but I'm also. I knew I was gonna be here. You know what I mean? I knew I was supposed to be in the entertainment business, doing something creative.
That's a key too. I think sometimes we always do things, whether it be because of someone else.
Yeah.
Well, it's always because of someone else, and that's either because of our parents, because of our children, or whoever
I
else.
already have
You know,
my children at MIT.
Yeah, but we always do something because of them, and then we kind of forget, or we can easily forget about us and like what we want to do. And I love that you just said, you know what? Nah, like I'm good at this, because sometimes that could be easily like we can even psych ourselves out, like, oh, I'm really good at this, and this is going so well for me. I'm making all this money, like whatever the case may be, and then we completely forget about that other part of ourselves.
And I love that
it.
I love doing what I do. I do love it. I go back and do it every now and again because my midwife she has a birthing center. So sometimes I'll do ultrasounds there. But
that's cool.
The other side of me was just kind of like, you have that feeling where it's like, I don't feel.
Something's missing.
Yeah, like I'm doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing or what I know I'm capable of doing. It was that fight inside of me that was like, I can't ignore this. You know what I mean? So.
I have one more question.
Okay.
Only because I know
away.
It's gonna be in the comments, so you can say no comment if you want. You're wearing on your
Oh,
they're gonna ask, especially by the time this comes out. People are gonna ask. So you can
When is
say
this
no
coming out?
comment. Summer.
Oh, summer. It's just.
yes, I want your promise. Is
Yeah.
that what it's giving? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's a lot of
that is the answer when you
it's a
see
lot
her
of
kids.
love.
A lot of love. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
This is good. I am so grateful that you were here.
Thank you,
Thank you for
guys.
joining us
course. Thank you
at
for
our
having
house for the week.
It's so cute in here. It's so cute.
We are excited that you were able to come and just
you,
chat with
guys.
us. I hope that you guys were really seeing that, like, this is possible. And I think that's the thing that I always, and Blair too, we really want people to see that, hey, it is something on the other side of what you feel like you're going through. And I know single moms, like, I know there were way more days than not that I felt like, yep, this is it. Yep. This is the end. This is what I have. Like, this is
just gonna be me and these kids.
Yeah, it's just gonna be these kids. But there's more. So I am so grateful for you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate it.
You guys make sure that you
Check us
actually watch this. Share it with another friend, a mom, all of the things,
Like,
okay?
subscribe.
All of that.
All of it.
Yes.
Subscribe, please watch, and tag another mom in the comments.
Yes.
If you have anything to say, we'd love to hear it. But thank you so much for watching Moms Actually, where motherhood meets sisterhood.
Hey mom.
Thank you, guys.
Hey mom.
What's up?
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 Hey mom.
What's up?